And then I slowly was missing the first fight. I'm like, man, I got to figure stuff out. And then I tweeted out I was having problems. And 2,000 savages sent me links to illegal streams.
Legal or illegal?
Illegal.
Illegal. But of course you didn't watch those illegal streams.
I didn't, Joe, and I'm glad you pointed out I did not. But if I were going to,
would it be awesome?
It was awesome
was
and
it in
clear.
HD?
It was HD and had zero problems.
Well,
if I was going to,
I'm glad you didn't, because they could track you. That face recognition software.
They could definitely track me. It's a huge problem.
Well, it was definitely a huge problem for the first event. I don't know. I don't know how many people downloaded it and did it, but I bet they probably didn't see the number coming. It was a big fight. I mean, those two fights were huge. I mean, first of all, something happened, I think, within the last year or so for Max Holloway, where like when Max Holloway's face goes up on the screen,
people
go nuts.
Because they know he throws down.
Yeah, I think it was the Ortega fight. I really think that Ortega fight made him a superstar. I really do.
The Aldo ones definitely helped them.
For sure they
did. The back-to-back Aldo ass whoopings, and then the Ortega one.
The thing that was different, though, is Ortega had a big following. Ortega was the young, beautiful lion with fantastic jiu-jitsu, handsome guy, cool, smooth talker, looks like a champion, fucking everybody up. So he had a lot of fans coming in there, and they went to war. And Max came out on top, and I think Max, a lot of those people, and because they were so cool with each other during, before, and after.
People loved it.
Dude, Max he loses better than anyone on the fucking planet. Loses or wins. He just goes, hey, I'm just going to get better.
He doesn't lose a lot.
He doesn't.
No.
I mean, he lost to Connor. He lost to Dustin in his very first fight ever. You know, but he's 20 years old.
But I also think Max is because we've always said, I think both of us have been in agreement where if a guy is cutting a ton of weight and killing himself, go to the next weight class. I've always said that, whether it was Darren Till, whether, Chris Weidman, Luke Rockhold, John Jones, like, dude, go up a weight class, dominate. And then this is kind of the first time we've seen a guy where it's like, it's not that easy. Because Max Holloway went up, but you could see the power wasn't there. Like he landed more than Dustin Poirier, but when Dustin landed, you could see that it fucking counted.
Dustin is big, dude. He's big.
Remember, he used to fight at 45, though.
He used to fight at 45, and it really struggled there. But at 55, he's found a spot. And you look at him, he almost looks like a welterweight. I mean, he's big. He looks like Tyron Woodley size. And he cuts a shitload of weight.
And Max Holloway in that fight just looked like they didn't look like the same.
No.
Just Poirier like fucking meaty.
Well, and you got to give credit to Poirier, too, because if you look at the two of them, like after the fight, there was a big difference between the amount of damage that Poirier landed. Big difference. He was hitting him with big shots. And it wasn't just big shots. It was shots, period. He was hitting him with really clean, well-timed shots with great head movement, great movement.
How about that knee?
Dude, everything, man.
Split open his head, man.
Everything. He did everything great. I mean, he really... That was a coming out party for Dustin Poirier in a lot of ways.
For the common fan.
Well, yeah. Well, the people that knew him from the Gaethje fight, knew him from the Eddie Alvarez fight, they knew that, man, he beat these two really good guys, but Max Holloway might be one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, and I think is.
I think Max Holloway's the greatest 145er of all time.
Yes.
I think he's a damn good 55er. But 55 could be tough for Max.
Well, this is a great example of what we've always said about the differences between the size of people. And
Correct.
it's first of all, I mean, all credit to Dustin Poirier because he put on a phenomenal performance. He got tested in that fight. He came through. He even talked about in the post-fight interview that he got hurt in the third round. He came through and just super impressive.
Think about his
striking.
wins.
Yeah, man.
Anthony Pettis, world champion. Gaethje, world champion. Eddie Alvarez, world champion. Max Holloway, world champion.
The Pettis one, though, wasn't that an injury? I feel like Pettis got injured and they stopped the fight. Like, did he break his hand? Is that what happened?
No.
I feel like the Pettis one was an injury.
He had the issues with Eddie Alvarez, right? Which was a no contest.
Yeah, I think. Well, there was one fight where Dustin Poirier. No, yeah, I think that was it. There was one fight with Pettis where Pettis broke his hand and Duke Roufus stopped the fight. Remember that?
Tony Ferguson.
Was it Tony Ferguson?
That's Tony Ferguson.
You're right. But I think
that was a great round.
Maybe it was an injury. Oh, it was a rib. Remember?
Oh, it was a rib. That's right.
That's right. Dustin got on top of him and hurt his rib.
That's right. But still, look at Poirier's wins, man.
Yeah. Well, that's a weird one too, right? It's because was that rib injury from a Poirier body shot?
Yeah.
What was that from? Or is it from the takedown? Like, what was it? Something happened.
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's right.
But
So
but
that's
Poirier's,
more like a TKO.
yeah, you look at Poirier's his list, man. The guys
Yeah.
who's fought and who's lost to, it's so impressive.
Yeah.
And Poirier's the guy. Same thing with when Michael Bisping won. I always root for those guys who've been around forever and they fight the best of the best. They might lose one or two here, but they've been around for so long. You just hope there's a title at the end of their career.
Yeah.
You just hope, and it sometimes doesn't look like it's going to happen. Then when it does happen, I'm just so happy for those
He's
guys.
such a good guy too.